In this tutorial, we're going to look at importing data from Excel spreadsheets or from CSV files exported from third-party applications. If this is the first time of importing data from a third-party application or from Excel, you'll first have to configure the import format through the System Configure Import Format menu option. From this dialog, we can select the type of file we're importing. If this is an Excel file, we'll be able to specify the sheet that we're going to import our data from. We can also specify whether there is a header line which should be ignored or imported with the data, what format our decimal point takes, and we can also specify whether or not the system should oversize or undersize parts when they arrive in the cutting list. This may be necessary due to further processing taking place on the parts, such as edging. We must then tell the system where to locate each of the SECANT job fields in the import data. For example, my identifier is found in column F, column 6, length in column 3, width in 4, quantities in the first column with overmake in the second, and finally our grain is in the 5th column. You do not need to specify a field for every piece of information if it is not something you wish to import. The data will then be saved on the system and will be used for any future imports. Once your import is configured, you simply apply it using the Job Import menu option, which brings up the following dialog, allowing you to specify where the job should be imported to, and you may also then select the particular file you wish to input your cutting list data from. You then specify your default stock file to import from the library on the system, and your cutting controls, which will be imported again from a library of controls you have defined on the system. We can now see that the job has been imported into SECANT with the cutting list populated with the information from the Excel file. Our stock has been duplicated from our default stock, as have our controls. And we now have a full set of import data available to optimize within the SECANT system. Once the job is optimized and the patterns are generated, these can be processed in exactly the same way as previous jobs, analyzing the data, modifying the patterns as required, before producing any printed reports or downloading to Automatic Source.